Back to warm your hands, eh? Top quap.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Stand together!
Be cautious. Be...
You should see this.
Lava will be on seek.
Frero! Zero! Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Lava will be on seek.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
You should see this.
Stand together! if I find something good, you can have half.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Please let me out, please.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
I'm free! No cell can hold me!
What do you suppose that bally thing is?
You should.
We can't hold another loss like that! I'll have it in no time.
I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
I'll see what I can find. I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
I'll see what's ahead.
What do you suppose that bally thing is? Lava beyond
I'm on the trail.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
That's unusual.
I am free! Galvino! I will eat your heart, old man!
Lava beyond seek!
I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
Slow and silent.
Nice and quiet. I wonder what this... You might find this.
Can't. Shh. Quietly now.
Not a sound. I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Nice and quiet.
I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Stand together!
Dead on!
Nice and quiet.
I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
I'll take a look. Freros! Seres!
Oh no! No!
Whew, good thing I...
Slowly now.
Stand together! Stand together!
Quietly now.
You might find this interesting. I'll see what I can find. I'll have it in no time.
I would welcome the extra strain, if only I had room.
Back again? I told you. Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh? My work. And from the racket outside, I must assume you made a mess of them.
Come on, Galvino, they weren't your best work.
And you are? I should melt you for parts, Amora. But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do. Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards. Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar? Save your breath. Puh. I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postonagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Galvino, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
I should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
Of course you would. What would anyone here do without me? Sientere. It has been a long time since anyone addressed me so. The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some moldering lord's keep. But those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived, disciples of Abidan in the truest sense. They will not fall by the whims of any kith, and the door itself, it is infused with living essence. Perfetto! This is the crux of the matter. The Pargrunen of Durgan's battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own commandants. Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high towers. The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable walls. But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunen filled with essence, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters. Traditional Aptapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were and where they were from. That is why you need a Kantek. That's the simple explanation. A Kantek is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Each is unique to its stronghold. Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its Kantek. Verus! A shame the Postonagos here cannot appreciate such elegance. To learn the Kantek, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's battery. A shame they are all dead, no? But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart, like fine wine poured into a cheap pot. But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an animancer. A watcher? The Verus? If this is true, then you could find a sole descendant from Durgan's battery, no question. But the greater difficulty remains. You would have to learn the Kantek from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it. Oh, yes. Whoever you awaken will live with the memories and the personality of a past life. Maybe peacefully, maybe not. That is why you must pay attention to the soul you would awaken, no? It is a monumental thing to impose on another, but these are the very people who wish to rediscover the White Forge, Verus. An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness. When such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so. Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's battery, you will need to address that soul, and preferably by name. But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you Watchers do, you may see images, memories. These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken. Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows, maybe they awaken thirsty for blood, or maybe you awaken someone else. Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery. Who can say? None have yet opened Durgan's battery. But the ones that came before you, I think they got close. You may wish to find them and see what they discovered. Then perhaps the Cantek is what you now require. I have not seen them since they first came to see me several weeks ago. But word has reached my ears that they crossed an ogre matron. It is a pleasure to have such a courteous guest for a change. A shame you must dirty your boots in Stalwart.
I'm going with her.
You? Go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
No one will bother me while I'm with her. Besides, I can help her find people in Stalwart.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this Watcher sees souls. What help could you be? Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life to me. This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Carrick, she's called.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment. Into a work of art! Look at this! Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler! Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
And of crushing your throat.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece. Why build a fortress or a village or anything? To make something that keeps, that... It was the early days of the Legacy. My peers in the colleges of Animancy were filling the Hollowborn with the souls of animals. I thought there was a better way.
One with a Plum Academy job back in Salona. Don't forget that part.
She committed her first crime in the village of Karak. burned their family alive in their home. Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
Here we go.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
My life's ambition, to serve somebody's useful purpose.
I approached Mayor Sinahiod and begged. He saw the potential and allowed me the privilege of attempting my little experiment. Then, I accomplished what few Animancers have even dreamed of. No academic support, no patron. Just me in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, now you got them all wound up.
I transferred a fully intact soul from a living subject to a fabricated body. She retained her personalities, her memories, all of it. Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse. She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the Eramans would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me, in case I get any bright ideas.
She's a fine specimen, her personality notwithstanding. Quay? No, you don't know what you ask. This woman, the Devil of Karek, she was a notorious murderer, burned people alive all over the region. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her. Listen, Aimika. If you're set on traveling with her, I won't stop you. But let's make this a fair exchange, yes?
Fine price for a blacksmith striker. Suppose I should be flattered.
And there you have it, a bargain.
Farewell.
Moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor. There is a man in the village named Grinde, the head fisherman. The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking blades with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems. That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles. Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is, and let him live with the disgrace. He's always been a Ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery. But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty, find his Ripple sponge and show it to Renengild. Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said. Your misgivings collect like grime on a doorstep. But think, if this Grinde is a fraud, does he not deserve to be exposed? But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day. As must the gods themselves. Something else? Quay, you're the Watcher, so you know better than anyone, Diverus. You must find a sole descendant of one of the dwarves of Durgan's battery. Talk to the villagers, look into their souls, whatever it is you do. When you find such a one, remind the sleeping soul of its old name. Awaken it thus, and it can teach you the Cantek. As would I, but there is little to tell. They never gave their names. But they seem to know more about the battery than the others, which is unusual because they did not seem like typical adventurers. Their hands were smooth and marked with ink, not scars, and they traveled light. Unusually so. Other projects, they are none of your concern. For years I've been trying to create another like the Devil of Carrick. Yet those post-Enagos in Starward destroyed my machinery. Now, I can only create these broken, mindless things. The Devil remains my most perfect creation. Smugglers, slavers, fugitives, the kind of riffraff that pass this way. Rarely missed, and good work to keep my little devil busy. I can't present the Devil of Carrick to the academies, can I? A mad woman and a murderer? No. I need to bring a success to the republics.